Greetings, 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 and thank you so much for joining yet another snapshot. Home of the 15-minute selfie. It's Marilyn Green. I'm your hostess with the mostest. Please take the time to share the show and tag a friend. Share the show, tag a friend. Snapshot is the place where you get to do only you. Okay, so today my guest is Alesha Mathis, and she's down in the green room. I always like to say green room, and I'm going to bring her up on stage right now. Hey, Alesha, how are
I'm
you?
good. How are you doing?
I am fantastic. Well, let me tell you who she is here. I love her title. She says she's a fundraising guide. I want to say the THEE fundraising guide. Okay. She's good. She's smart. She's intelligent. She knows what she's doing. Just a good person. We need just good people. Fundraising guide, Mathis Nonprofit Services. So I decided to bring her on basically at the last minute, and what a friend's for. And she came right on to talk about something that's important to me, is that getting nonprofits to understand how to really fundraise. Okay. And so she has a methodology that I would love for her to explain to you. And and she said something to me, Alicia. I'm gonna have to quote you. She said, if you don't start at this step, you're gonna eventually have to come back to this step. Okay. So I'm gonna put it up here, Alicia, if that's okay.
Sure.
And we'll go for it.
All right.
All right then.
Yeah. I have 15 years of experience in the nonprofit world. I've run the gamut. I've been a board member. I have been in administration, fundraising programs. I mean, I have run the gamut, and my love is fundraising. And when I came out of working for nonprofits and decided that I was going to focus on founders and making those organizations as strong as possible, of course, fundraising is a huge thing for founders. And so I
Yes.
really started thinking about, what made certain fundraisers successful.
Mm-hmm.
And, why could one organization put on a gala and it just be awesome, and then another put on a gala and it flop? What was the differences? And so I came up with this fundraising strategy hierarchy. So the very base of the pyramid is your individual donors, memberships, if you are a membership nonprofit. And then from there is the companies, the churches and the denominations. Then the third step is
Okay.
grants and federated funds. And,
Right.
most people want to go straight to that. But
We do.
the reason why there's a hierarchy is because each step requires a certain level of infrastructure, resources, and skill level. And I found that it all builds on each other.
Okay.
And then, of course, you go up from there. Very few nonprofits get to the very top, those supporting organizations. Those are 501c3 organizations in their own right,
Mm-hmm.
but their sole purpose is to fundraise for the larger nonprofits. So think of like Friends of the Library.
Okay.
Those are the kinds of supporting organizations.
Okay.
So, so focusing though down there on that base in individual donors is incredibly important, especially when you consider that studies have shown that 3/4 of all contributions to an organization, no matter the size, comes from an individual donor.
Okay.
And like you said, if you don't go ahead and start building that base now, I guarantee you will come to a point where you're going to have to go back and build that base because you will find that you have a fundraising cap.
Wow.
because you don't have the donors to support the amount of money that you want. And really, and you're in grants, you understand this too,
Yes, I do.
that
Yeah.
that individual donors, they open doors to grants.
They do. They do. I mean, if I could jump in, as
Yeah.
far as the grants and just fundraising, period, that's where you're going to find out the inside skinny, if you will, of where the grants are by building that relationship with the individual donors. Okay. They see your fine work, they see what you're doing, and they're saying, hey, we got some money over here. Why don't we just give it to them? And that's what Alesha, I was saying. Sometimes you're not going to have an announcement of a grant. They already know who they want to get that money to, and that comes from relationships at that base. And also, when I look at this, if you don't have your base, it's not steady. I love this triangle. It's not steady. But at the
Right.
base is the widest part of trying to hold this pyramid together, right? So that right there, if we just look at it, tells you that you got to get your individual donors. Now, when you talk about individual donors, okay, you're not talking about a huge people, a whole bunch of people at one time. It could be Uncle Joe, Aunt Sue. I mean, where do they start? Where should they start and get that?
Right. Well, fundraising 101, you start from within and you work out.
Mm-hmm.
So you are going to start with your board's family and friends, your family and friends. And so you start there because they are the ones that are going to be loyal to you. They're the ones that know, like, and trust you. It should be the easiest ask that you make. If it's not, you need to go back and think about your story and your messaging, because there's something wrong there.
Wow.
But that's where you start, and then you move out into people that you see regularly. I had one founder in her normal day job. She was out meeting people all the time, and she had regular people that she saw. And so, being the founder she is, she was passionate. So she would start talking about her kids. Her organization supported kids in Kenya.
Uh-huh.
And so
Okay.
she would start talking about her kids, and she said it was amazing. People would write $25 checks and say, here, this is for your kids and what you're building.
Wow.
And so, that's your next step. And then the final step is to identify who your ideal donor is. Now, that is the person most likely to donate to your cause, and then move out into the community and find where those people are, because that's the only strategic way you can do that.
Yes.
And so that's when you start getting out into the community. You start making yourself known.
Mm-hmm.
One of the best things that you can do for awareness is get that founder story tight, get it good.
Yeah.
And then once you know who your ideal donor is, figure out where they are. So maybe they're in the Lions Club. Maybe they're at church. Maybe it's a women's group at churches.
Mm-hmm.
Figure out where they are, and then book a speaking gig. I know a lot of people are like, oh no, not
Oh
speaking.
no. Like,
No.
oh, forget it. Forget it. They said, forget it, Alesha. Forget it. I'm out. I'm out. Okay.
So either you got to figure out how to do it, or you might have a board member who enjoys doing it.
Mm-hmm.
You might have somebody that you can send by proxy, and that's okay too.
Right.
It's best if you are the front, the face of the organization, because it's your passion. But if that's just something that you can't do, delegate that to other people, and it's
That's
okay.
exactly right. That's exactly, and I like that visibility point. It's always important to get out there, And I think that you said a point about get your story together, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because there's one thing I know. You never know who. And you should not judge a book by its cover, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Just because you think that that person doesn't have any money or whatever, or they just got this happen to them, you don't know what they done saved up. And you come with a strong story, they're gonna give you money and they're gonna keep giving you money because I wrote in the content, tis the season, okay, for people to give monies, okay, and they love to give money to worthy causes. So getting out there, being visible, because people don't know, right, Alesha, who you are. If they don't know who you are, they can't get the money. They may get, think about it, they may get tired of giving money to this one cause and say, I'm gonna give money over to this cause. But you gotta get out there and be visible and be ready with that story, to tell, right? Is that correct? And when you get out there, meaning you might join different organizations. You said it best. Book a gig. Okay, get in there and come in and say, hey, can I have about 5 minutes of your time? Let me talk about what we're doing over here at this or at our organization, and let me tell you why I love my organization so much. So it's
Mm-hmm.
all about the visibility as well, because people now are, somebody told me, sight and sound. Okay, they want to see you and they want to hear you.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to develop that. Now, Alesha is good at what she's doing, but I'm going to show you guys, and I know she know because she got a book too, and we didn't put this in here because this is a 15-minute thing, but she got this awesome book that I saw, and it's on Amazon. It's one of those bestsellers. I got my 501c3. Now what? Okay, and it's cute too. Your book kind of cute. I love that little
Thank
cute
you.
book. I just want to share with you her email address is right here, okay? And then her website is right here. And trust me, she is all over social media. I mean, she has these fantastic groups, okay, with subject matter experts. She's very, very she's very, very, she noticed your questions, and she reaches out to the expert or she answers it for you. So Alesha is such a kind and giving person. So I say you guys really do need to try to connect with her, connect with her and find out exactly what she's doing and how she can help, because she is my go-to person, because I may be a grant writer, right, among other things, right, but I might be the person that'll help you with your paperwork, get your 501c3. But I told her, I said, I grow the kids up to grow them out. She's the person that I grow organizations up so they can go to her. Go to her because she knows what she's doing. So, yeah. But is there anything else, Alesha, you want to tell people about just getting out there and making it known who you are and get the money, as they say, get the bag, okay? Get the money that get the money that you need. Yeah,
Well,
keep going.
there's 2 points. When you get the gig, when you're there at doing speaking engagements, I promise you, when you start doing them, you will have people come up to you and say, hey, I have a bunco group, or I have, something you hadn't even thought of.
Mm-hmm.
And I would really love for you to come speak.
Yes.
And it opens up doors to people of like mind. So that one speaking engagement can lead to 10 more in the community. So it really starts growing outward, and that awareness, and word of mouth is better than anything else you can do.
It
Because
is.
if a trusted friend tells you, you really need to look into this particular organization because I like them, they're going to go there a whole lot faster.
Yes.
So, and also look at your Chamber of Commerce. Those
Mm-hmm.
are great places to find those companies, your board members, those kinds of things. So pick an event every now and then and just go and mingle and tell people about you.
Yeah, it's so important. So I'm going to put this down right now. And it's so important to get out there and be visible. I mean, because people, and then don't assume that people know. I don't care how small your town is. Okay. don't assume that people know who you are. They don't. They may know who you are, but they don't know what you're doing. They may have known you in high school, but they don't know what you become now. So you still have to go out there, right, Alesha, and do your due diligence of getting the word out. This is what we're doing now. And you got to have that. Also, I add a call to action, at the end of saying, hey, we this is what we're doing, and we need your help doing it. And if it's not you, can you share this with somebody else? So it's non-profiting. It's not for the weak or the faint of heart.
No, it's not for the snowflakes. Nope.
I mean, it is hard, okay? And you have to honestly get past yourself in order to do what your vision and your mission is telling you to do. So, Alesha, any last comments before we're done with the 15-minute selfie? But we gave a whole bunch of good nuggets in here, Alesha.
We always do when we get
always do. Always do. Well, Alesha, if you don't have anything else to say, we can all both say to everybody, happy Thanksgiving.
Yes,
and
happy Thanksgiving.
Yes, and basically happy holidays. But thank you so much, Alesha, for coming on. It meant so much to me because I really do want people to succeed. And I always say, when you win, I win. So until next time, you have been listening to Snapshot, home of the 15-minute selfie with Marilyn Green, where you get to do only you. So bye for now and have a great holiday.